Another day, another lawsuit. Welcome to the Fashion Bunker. Who's being sued today? I'm Dacob. I'm not being, no, not. Sotheby's, the big old auction house Sotheby's, is being sued because they allegedly damaged an Hermes bag that was going to be auctioned off and then couldn't get auctioned off because it was oh, child, let me tell you. Listen, we're having issues here. I'm telling you, the recession is real because at this point, all the suation going on between all of these major brands and houses, it's insane. And it is fun to watch. Now, first, subscribe to my channel before we get to more juicy details about this story. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Superdacob all spelled together there as well. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday and you are all invited to join the convo. Let me cue in the chats. Hello, my co-chatters. And let me tell you, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Just my opinion, not rooted in any truths or facts. Everything's alleged. So, a very famous photographer who also photographed Marilyn Monroe, apparently, Henry Dauman, is suing Sotheby's over Hermes bag. Now, allegedly, his wife did not want the bag anymore. And what bag are we talking about? The purse is from 1992. And it is an Hermes Black Salvatore Lizard Mini Constance bag. Now, the Constance bags are still in production. They are quota bags as well. You know, to get a Constance bag is not easy. It's a difficult journey to get there, just as it is a difficult journey to get to a Birkin or a Kelly. Speaking of the journey, get your Super Dacob, the Journey merch, because you best believe we're going to die before we get to the end of that journey. So get your journey merch at the www.superdacob.com website or on Amazon. Available in some countries on some Amazons, but the Super Dacob website is available worldwide. So, the Hermes Constance from 1992 was allegedly appraised by Sotheby's at $30,000. So they appraised the bag for $30,000. It was going to go into auction and they were going to auction it off. So they were thinking that the auction would end at $30K, maybe less, you know, if you're lucky, even more, because the sky's the limit. I'm not saying that this bag is a one-off, that an artist, you know, it's not like Andy Warhol drew, well, if the bag was made in 1992, Andy Warhol was dead by then already, but if the bag were from the 70s or early 80s, from the 70s, maybe, you know, Andy could have done something on it, then it would be worth much more, but that was not the case. But they still appraised it at $30,000, allegedly, and consigned to the famed auction house in September by Shutterbug Henry Dauman, according to Manhattan Supreme Court papers, because he's suing them now, y'all. The handbag was in perfect condition, Dauman said in the legal filing. So he's saying when he gave the bag to Sotheby's, it was in pristine condition. Now, the handbag was in perfect condition, he says, but instead of caring for the item, Sotheby's damaged it. This is what Dauman charges them for. He alleges that they damaged the bag. The purse handle tore, said Dauman's lawyer, Stephen Weingrad. It was given to them in pristine condition, and then they couldn't show it to sell on his behalf, quoted to have said the lawyer. Allegedly, everything Mr. Lawyer, eh? The item is now a total loss, the lawyer added. Dauman worked for Life magazine, photographing everyone from Marilyn Monroe to Elvis Presley to Jacqueline Kennedy. Now, they continue by saying Sotheby's looks forward to finding an amicable solution with the client, a Sotheby's spokesperson said in a statement. This is very interesting because, you know, amicable means friendly. From, you know, the Italian, amicizia, probably it stems from Latin, but amicizia, amico means friend. So amicable means friendly. Now, if they're looking for a friendly solution to this issue, it does sound to me a little bit like we're not saying it's our fault. Let's settle out of court and let's call it a day. So I'm thinking to myself, well, who's guilty here? I'm sure a house like Sotheby's would document anally everything that comes in, like photograph it, check the condition of every piece that comes in before they auction it off. Because they also create catalogs, for every auction there's also photos available. So it kind of seems like a no-brainer to me that he can prove that the bag was in good condition when he sent it over to them. He's a photographer after all. He should have taken photos of the bag before he sent it. I definitely would, because I know how these things can go. Never trust anybody, not in this day and age at least. So my thought would be, you know what? Let's photograph this bag before we send it off to Sotheby's. Now you need a lawyer and you need a lawsuit and you got to go to court. I mean, isn't it easy to prove what happened here? And if Sotheby's is saying, let's try to find an amicable solution, that does sound to me like, oh, let's just get him off our back. Let's give him some money and call it a day, instead of like, if I don't know, or just they're not. It doesn't seem to me like they're admitting a fault here, but I might be wrong. Now he may get insurance, but now he can't sell it. Says no. The problem is this bag is rare. It's also from 1992. Like, it's made out of this particular lizard. Maybe it's also in a special color. And he's like, well, now that the handle tore, I can't sell it anymore, and the bag isn't worth as much as it was, and you can't replace it with a new one because, yada yada. Yes, Dacob, I was going to say there has to be photographic or video proof. That's what I would think too. But so now we're at this point where I don't know. I want to say sketchy. Insurance, of course, but we don't know what it would have been sold for. That's a good point, Styling Secret. Oh, fruit fly. Sotheby's, are you sending little tiny robots my way that fly? Want to spy on me? Anyway, let me know your thoughts, because to me, the situation should be very clear. You took photos of the product. The product has been photographed. Now we're at a position where it arrived to you in good condition. Now it broke. Now the question is, how will Sotheby's deal with this? Because if they have interns that handle this stuff that are not fully paid by the company, could they then say, it's not our fault, it's the fault of the intern? Does the intern then have to pay? Or is it the responsibility of Sotheby's because they took that intern under their wing to care for these products that arrive in? There's a lot to talk about here, and I wonder how legally the blame will be distributed. You know what I mean? Will Sotheby's have to pay? You guys are talking about potential insurance policies here. The insurance could pay for it. Andrew Becerra, how's it going, sweetie? Aged lizard can snap like a Ritz cracker or a Pringles chip. Really delicate, scaly, flaky, dry leather. That's a really good point, Andrew. But they say that the handle broke. It's a dilemma. Yeah, Penelope, it is. So, Pau, we do not know who broke it. The photographer alleges that Sotheby's broke it. Sotheby's is not really delivering a statement about this. All they're kind of alleging here or hinting at is, let's settle out of court. Doesn't seem like they're saying, oh, we're so sorry for having broken your bag. It's a bit iffy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Dying, begging ferret, living ferret to find out your thoughts. And until next time, never give up on love. Subscribe.